Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Video Toy Box Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at Bumble Bee from the Transformers Generations line. Now, like every kid, I was really into Transformers when I was younger. And probably like a lot of you, I didn't have a lot of them because they were super expensive back in the 80s. Seriously. Most kids I knew, we had like 20 GoBots, but maybe 3 Transformers total. But one of the Transformers that I did have was Bumble Bee, and wow, he was not a good toy to have back then. You had toys like Optimus Prime or Megatron, who were not only die-cast, but they transformed into these huge toys, or these huge robots. And then you had Bumblebee, who was made of plastic, was about this big, and his transformation was horrible. You could just looking at it, you could see the disappointment in the toy. So when I was at the toy store today and I saw this guy, I thought it might finally be time for me to get a good Bumblebee to put into my collection. I don't know how much you guys know about this new line, but Generations is based on the Xbox and PlayStation game that came out earlier last year. And from my understanding, most of the toys from this line will be the Cybertronian vehicle line. So you're not going to see like the 80s Bug or Optimus Prime in his truck mode. You're going to be seeing the Cybertronian equivalents. Alright, so let's take a look. First of all, the very first thing I noticed on here, very cool by the way, we have the logo, and then we have the level. So it actually tells you how hard it's going to be to transform, which I think is really cool, especially for kids, because like I had Galvatron when I was a kid, and I had no idea how hard that thing was to transform. And if I'd been my parents back then, I probably wouldn't have bought it, because for an 8-year-old boy, it's really difficult to figure out the right combination of turns there. So I really like that. I really appreciate that. On the back, we get a nice picture of the transformed Bumblebee, the Cybertronian mode. A little bio that tells us that he was actually an intelligence scout, which is kind of cool. Although they're kind of going with the Michael Bay translation where Bumblebee can't talk anymore, which I don't know how much I like that. And then lastly, off to the side, we get a little list of his power scores in relations to the other Transformers. And most of them are pretty weak. Strength 6, Endurance 5, Rank 5, but his Courage is 10. And his intelligence is 8. So I guess that goes really well with the whole idea of him being a scout. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera off for a second and get this guy out of the package. And then we'll come back and take a look at the toy. Okay, I just got him out of the package, and who makes this again? Hasbro. You just got mega points because he was so easy to take out. He just came on little, not plastic wires, but like little threads that were really easy to untie. Mattel should really take a note there. Alright, so let's take a look. Here he is. And the very first thing you notice, check out the head. That's classic G1 Bumblebee head right there. This is the way that Bumblebee should always look. I actually did like the first Michael Bay Transformers, but I was disappointed that Bumblebee didn't have the horns. So yeah, that's really cool. Also, another thing that I'm noticing about him, he's very wiry. He's got a huge upper body, but the joints and the arms and the legs are really thin, so I guess that kind of lends to the robot thing. He's also pretty articulated. He moves at the hands, swivel, swivel, swivel. The legs too, and same thing, swivel, swivel. And weird feet. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And he comes with a little gun that well, I'm not going to go into that. The gun doesn't look so cool. Kind of reminds me of Darkwing Duck's gun. The other really cool accessory I'm liking on him, though, are his blades. If you watched Revenge of the Fallen, you might have noticed that Optimus Prime, like, he had those swords that came out of his arms. Bumblebee has the same thing. Check it out. 1, 2. That's right. Bumblebee can actually do a melee fight. Kind of weird. Bumblebee might actually be a badass. Huh. Alright, so yeah, I'm digging it. I'm liking it a lot. The chest even moves a little, which is cool. Like, I'm really surprised. One thing I don't like about it is it's plastic, but what isn't these days? It would have been cool if they made it die cast like the old ones. But what does it say on Beast Wars? Die cast metal. It's a lost art. Alright, I'm going to try and transform her right now, so I'll turn the camera off again, just so I don't embarrass myself on this. And I'll be back in just a few seconds. Okay, and 3 hours, 1 instruction book, 3 YouTube videos, and 1 Transformer instruction website later, I finally got it finished. Wow, this thing is totally hard to do. I was looking at the packaging again. Where was it? Ages 5 and up. There's no way a 5-year-old is able to do this. I can't believe how hard that was. Anyway. So here it is. And it's a very nice looking car. A couple of those YouTube reviews that I was looking at kept referring to it as like a Tron car. And I could totally see that. It actually looks like the one that Clara was driving in the new movie. Yeah, so it's like a Cybertronian bug. And yeah, it's pretty cool. You've got the nice little lines on the side, on the wheels. He's got lights on the back, which is really cool. Yeah, so it's a good little car. The only thing is, it's a pain in the ass to transform. Seriously, it was like a Rubik's Cube. Just to give you an idea, take a look on the inside. That might look simple, but that took 3 hours. And it's because of the instructions. They're ridiculously horrible. Like, I don't know what Hasbro was trying to do. Maybe they were trying to do it in quick steps, but the instruction manual had like 15 steps on it, and it probably left out 5 or 6 of them. And if you don't have those steps, you can't do it. So boo earns on that. One more thing I saw on the blog, on a couple of the YouTube videos. The gun apparently fits in here somehow. I think maybe it goes here, so it's like that. And yeah, it's kind of staying in. But honestly, if there's a special transformation for it, I don't know, and I don't care. I've made the car. That's all I care about. I'm going to transform him back to Bumblebee after this, and that's the end of it. He's never going to be this car again. Whew. So overall, what do I think about the figure? The robot mode's really cool. I like the little nods to the vintage. I like the spikes on the head. That's the way Bumblebee should be. I even like the packaging that it came in. I mean, it looks cool. And to be fair, I bought it largely based on websites and the fact that, yeah, the packaging does look cool. And on the back, too. Although he doesn't have blue eyes. All the Autobots should have blue eyes. But yeah, the robot mode is cool. Totally enjoyable, lots of fun. The car mode is a pain in the ass. And if you have children, I don't recommend this for them. Stick to level 3 and below maybe, because this is way too hard for a little kid. I want to throw it across the room 2 or 3 times. I can only imagine what someone with a shorter attention span would do with it. It's definitely for adult collectors. So yeah, if you're into Transformers and you're my age and you have a plethora of instructions available to you, then definitely get this toy. If you're wondering whether you should get it for your children, no. I said earlier that I have the dinky 80s Bumblebee. Get that one for them. It might not look as cool, but trust me, they'll appreciate it a lot more. So yeah, that's this week's review. The Transformers Generation Bumblebee. I'll see you again in 2 weeks, guys. So long.